Hello everybody, welcome back to DMZ. It is Chimso here. Today I am going to be completing the Air Supremacy task. I'm not sure what faction it's for. I don't actually recall. It doesn't matter, I'm doing the Air Supremacy task. Now this task, you need to control 3 SAM sites simultaneously. So the easiest way to do this is just to be in a squad, send one person to each SAM site, have them all capture one, and there you go, all done. But it's quite a bit more difficult if you're solo, if you're on your own. You're going to have to take 3 SAM sites, one after another, and hope that you're not delayed in any significant way that stops you from getting to one of those SAM sites. So, weapons I'm rocking the Victus. I'm rocking this M4 here, which I think it's a blueprint. I think it's the Union Guard M4. I don't know, I got it off a player I killed. But yeah, they're both going to be pretty useful. Now, the main thing that's going to matter when you're completing this solo is RNG. Basically, you're not just going to be able to drop into any instance of Al Mazrah and do this mission. You need to, when you load in, check your map and look to see if there are any, if there are 3 SAM sites close to each other. Because sometimes, these 3 that I'm going to do are pretty close to each other. But I've seen maps where they're even closer. And it'll be even easier than these 3. But if you don't have any that are close to each other, or you got 2 that are close to each other and 1 that's far away, and it's just not good spawns, then just, go next and wait until you get a map that has better spawns for the SAM sites. Because you will eventually get one that has them fairly close together. So, the other strategy that we're going to need to focus on is getting a vehicle that's going to get us between all 3 quickly. A light helo is preferable. But obviously you're not always going to be able to have a light healer. And also, it's going to be kind of tough dealing with all the AI by ourselves. But if you're a solo player, you're used to that. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm just looking around for any loot here. Just, biding my time here at the start. Getting any loot. This has got the nice little thermal holographic sight, which I don't really like, in all honesty. I'm not too big of a fan of this. But it works, Can't complain too much. I'll basically just use it as a regular holographic. It's kind of a little bonus, but the 60 round mags are good. So, first one I've got is at the quarry. This is actually a fairly easy one. It's kind of at the back and out of the way. It's not really that hard to take. It's generally guarded, like most SAM sites, or at least as far as maybe all SAM sites. But sometimes I see them with no guards around them. But most SAM sites spawn with about 5 guards around them. So gonna have a little bit of a fight to actually, and don't just stand in the open getting shot at by the AI. That's not a good idea. But you're generally gonna have a little bit of a fight on your hands when you first decide to capture it, and then of course you're gonna have them spawning in afterwards and trying to kill you. Always check in ambulances, by the way. They have med boxes in there, so you get self-revives. You can find ambulances just like on the side of the road sometimes in random places. So if you need a self-revive, be sure to check them. Kind of just wasting a little bit of time here until I get there. There's no real rush until you've actually activated the first one. Then you got to rush, but you can take your time before that. You don't actually have to extract or anything after you've captured all 3. You just have to do it, and then you're good. So as far as I'm aware, the SAM sites last about 10 minutes, provided another player doesn't come in and capture it. Otherwise they kind of just decay out of your control on their own after about 10 minutes. So yeah, you really don't have much time. Remember, it takes a minute to capture each one, I believe. So when you first, and you got to stand like really close to it, so maybe you move around a little bit. It might take a minute, 10 seconds, minute 20 seconds. So you don't have much time to travel between all of the SAM sites before your time runs out. You're gonna go about 10 minutes. And obviously, if you get delayed, you run into an enemy squad and have to kill them, like I do in this video. It's gonna delay you a little bit. So yeah, just got to do the best what you can, and the closer they are, the better. There's just some maps you just really can't do this in any practical way on. I mean, I'm sure you probably could do it in 10 minutes on any map if you had like a light helo and everything just went your way. But save yourself the trouble. Just wait until you've got a map that has good RNG and has 3 relatively close together. Just dealing with all the AI before I get in there. More are going to spawn, of course, but this SAM site's pretty easy to deal with because it's very open all around. Enemies will come up to the staircase on the right there. Enemies will land in a helicopter behind you, where my SUV was parked, and I'll land on the road right there to the right. So it's fairly open, but yeah, you gotta watch these enemies coming up here. And apparently an enemy that just decided to phase through the wall or something and appear right next to me. So you have to stay close to the SAM site in order for the capture progress to go on. You can't just like run away and and let it tick down. You have to be near it. So I don't know what the radius is, maybe like 10 meters or something. But here I'm just like looking for plates. Get the UAV. But stay close to it. Like I said, there's no rush on the first one. Because your timer basically starts after you've fully captured the first one. But it's going to be a bit tight. The AI, obviously, very difficult solo. So you got to kind of deal with it. So yeah, you can see how easy this is if you're in a squad. We could already have it by now. One person going to each one. Also, stims are a good thing to bring with you here. You see, I'm actually going to equip my stims over my spotter scope. I generally like to bring in my spotter scope always, pretty much. Because AIs drop stims very regularly, so I can always just get stims. And, you know, like med boxes drop stims, so it's really not that big of a deal to get stims in a mission. So I would always just bring my spotter scope. Alright, we got the first one. We got to drive to the second one now. As fast as possible. Waste no time. Not going to fight AI or anything like that. Let's go through the quarry here. Lots of AI in the quarry, so just run over whoever we can. Hope that a player doesn't capture that SAM site. I find that players don't generally capture SAM sites away from you. Sometimes it happens. I mean, so I see the traces up here of gunfire. Always be looking out for traces of gunfire. It will tell you where players are. And I'm just going to come here and, you know, it's a reason why I like taking my spotter scope still. Gonna do a bit of Overwatch here and just check out what's going on down there. And unfortunately, I've got literally a worst case scenario here. I've got a squad capturing this SAM site. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, like, alright, I'd probably just give up capturing these SAM sites. You know, not this mission, not going to happen. But then I feel like, okay, well, if I'm going to give up, I might as well try to kill these guys. Because that's fun, you know. I'm a murder monkey. Refilling my ammo here because I think I want to carry around this revive pistol in my slot. But I don't think I actually equip it back, which is stupid. Oh, wait, no. What? Yeah, I don't know why I used the thing there, but that's right. I'm going to try and kill these players here. There goes one. There goes two. Okay, looks like we got some squeakers here, so this isn't going to be that difficult. But yeah, this is a thing I'm just going to have to deal with, unfortunately. And it's going to delay me, which is annoying. Got the other guy there. Spotter scope is so fucking good. Like, you should pretty much just always be carrying the spotter scope if you're solo. That guy's down. I'm pretty sure that was the second guy that I downed there. The guy in there is still up. But, you know, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to try and rush him. It's only one guy. These guys clearly aren't that good. I mean, bad players could still kill you, especially when you've got no plates. So, I am being a little bit cautious here. But I want to get this SAM site capturing as soon as possible. Just going to jump out. And I'm going to grab this as soon as possible here. Looky in there. Now, I should have paid attention here. If I'd paid attention, I would have seen that the bodies of the two other guys I killed were gone. So that means that they've disconnected. So, likelihood the guy downed in the warehouse there didn't have a self-revive, so he just left as well. And yeah, these guys are all dead. But it doesn't actually occur to me. I'm so focused on the SAM sites. I go quickly to check him for plates, and he does have them, fortunately. That's why I take time away from the SAM site. But yeah, I'm just hyper-focused on that, on that warehouse there. So I find that if the AI has already been cleared out around the place, they don't generally tend to spawn all that much. You might get like one helicopter in. But the main thing that the SAM site does is it draws in all the AI from the area. So if someone's already eliminated all the AI from the area, then the SAM site's generally pretty free. And it's not that hard to take. So, but yeah. Overlord there mentioning increased activity, which means that there's reinforcements coming in. Whether it be a helicopter. Hopefully it's a truck, because then it takes forever to get there. And it looks like we're clear here. Am I going to go loot this guy? I think I want to go loot this guy. I can't resist not looting him. Come on. There we go. Nothing of note. They weren't all that. They didn't have all that much on them. But they were in my way, so they had to die. That's how it is. Alright, third SAM site is up in the village, and this is not good. I mean, this is, there's a lot of AI in this area. It's really hard to fight them here. Because there's so many buildings that they run into and out of, and the elevation is real tricky. I hate going up here. I think most players hate going up here to try and do anything. Now, that UAV tower is active, which is a bit of a concern. But I kind of just have to power through it and go for it. UAV towers have a range of 120 meters, I believe. So keep that in mind. You can ping the... I don't do it here, but you can ping the UAV tower. And, you know, it will tell you how far away you are from it. And if you're more than 120 meters, you won't be detected. So, keep that in mind. I have not switched back to my stims yet, so I'm kind of in an awkward spot here. I need to activate this thing. Come on. I just waste a stim. That's alright. So now this is bad, because now all the AI everywhere are going to flock over here. And I lost the first SAM site because I took too long. Alright, so I'm going to have to capture 4 SAM sites this game. Because, yeah, it took a little bit too long there. So, the SAM sites take a minute, so that was, you know, about 45 seconds too late. So, you know, you do have a generous window. I had to fight a whole squad there. So, you do have a window to get things. And, oh, that's a lot of AI. That's a whole lot of AI. I throw these proximity mines for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm out of stims, and my car is going to explode, so that's really bad. But I need to stay close to this SAM site. I'm marking that truck there. I'm going to make a run for it when this is done. Come on. Not long. Just got to stay close to it for a little bit more. But there's so much AI here. Alright, we got it. Now I need to go get a vehicle. Actually, where do I go here? No, I need to get a vehicle. I'm not going to make it if I don't get a vehicle. So I'm going to run back up here. Just trying to flank the AI. Not because I want to kill them, just because I want to get behind them and not have them shoot at me. Run to this truck. Or run to this quad bike. I think I go to the truck. The truck's closer. Quad bike's faster, but the truck's closer. God, they're fucking everywhere here. So bad. Alright, we've got the truck. Luckily, the old technical here is pretty fast, so... Well, I mean, faster than, like, the LTV. So, we can get back to the SAM site quickly. And because I've already cleared out all the enemies from this area, it should be relatively easy to take this. I mean, there will still be reinforcements coming in, most likely, but there shouldn't be as many enemies around, so... But yeah, you know, stims are going to be a friend there. Clearing out as much of the AI as you can is going to be a friend. Not running into enemy players is going to be a friend. Just, you know, a little bit of luck. Making sure that the SAM sites are close together. Going to capture this one. And hopefully we get it. The spoiler alert, we're going to get it. But it's going to be tight. Victus one-shots these tier 2 AI, so try and use it as much as we can. I was still leveling it up here, so... Oh, actually, no, I've still got a little bit of guard. I think I've got like 3 levels left on it, but... Oh, hello, shotgun man. Out of fucking nowhere. That staircase on the left will fuck you over so much. And these guys obviously are gonna descend like the tide. Come after me. Come on, just like 15 more seconds. That's all I need. Even if, like, I go down here, it's still alright. I can still be down and capture the SAM site. I just need to... survive. And there we go. Done. And that's how you do Air Supremacy solo. And I do go down there, but that's alright. I'm just going to revive, and we're going to try and head for extract here. But yeah, that's Air Supremacy. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was to complete. I mean, it's not easy, that's for sure. But in terms of, like, you've just got to get them close together. And a lot of maps will have them close together. Like, not all the time, but a good deal of the time, you're going to have 3 close together. Sorry. As I said, you know, I had games after this where I had them even closer together, and it would have been even easier than this. Literally had SAM sites within, like, 200, 300 meters of each other, all of them. So that's generally pretty easy. But, you know, you just got to do the best with what you got. Okay, looks like I'm actually going to try and get this airdrop. I mean, I might as well. Like I said, the challenge is done now. I don't actually need to extract to complete it. But my truck is getting fucked up. Come on. Survive! Don't fucking die on me. It's a technical, so it's probably like a Toyota, right? They never die. It's still running the same oil change it ran from the factory. It's all good. These airdrops are kind of disappointing. They're nowhere near as good as the supply drops that drop at the 10-minute mark. But I mean, I might as well grab it. Oh, and I was today years old when I played this, where I learned that you could actually, like, move around, and you can move around a little bit and look around while you're opening the crate. You just have to stay near it. Alright, kill streak's alright. But yeah, they don't really have much in my experience. The supply drops will have, like, kill streaks, vests, like $15,000, you know. Those generally just tend to have, like, a kill streak, or maybe like a large backpack or something. Or like a key. Look, there's a quad bike right here, even though my ride's jacked up. It's in the shop. This actually looks like a little machine shop right here, so that's a little apropos. So yeah, I had about a minute to spare, I think. Or like 58 seconds or so after capturing the last SAM site there before I lost the other one. So I was cutting it close, but ended up doing it, so I'm happy. Looks like I'm gonna go get this one as well. This quad's running out of fuel. I'm gonna grab this one. Gotta be the loot lord. Gotta get these crates. I did all the work to get them. Might as well be mine. The ATV is a good little vehicle. I mean, it's not... I saw some traces down there. It's a bit weak. Like, actually, it's very weak. It gets destroyed quite easily. But I believe it's the fastest vehicle in the game. Well, apart from, like, the light helo. It might be the fastest, or... Oh, I think the fastest might be, like, the electric Hummer. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, just a bunch more airstrikes and stuff like that. Kill streaks. Poppy Farmer house key is alright. Nothing that special, though. And I dropped the airstrike there. She's not good. I should have picked that up. I'm just looking around here to see if there's a player. 'Cause I saw traces coming out, so there might be a player around. Try to murder monkey him. That would be good. AI is a bit aggroed there. So one thing with the AI is, especially if you're sniping, I don't know if this is just because my graphics setting to all the way down to just try and mitigate crashes in this game because, you know, it's fucking shit and unstable. But the AI won't render in for like a certain distance. Like after a couple hundred meters, the AI just disappears. It's still there, but like it won't render in on your map. It won't show on your like it just won't show up on like your spotter scope or anything. So, but the exception to that is if the AI is shooting at is like aggroed and is like well, I think it's just they don't have to actually be shooting at anything. They just have to be aggroed. Then they will appear. So if you look through your spotter scope and you see a bunch of AI, you know, 300 or 400 meters away, the chances are that they're aggroed onto players and that there's players nearby. So that's something that you should keep track of. Like I said, I don't know if that's just my settings with like all the draw distance set down. My game can like run this on pretty good settings. Or my PC can run this game on pretty good settings, but you know, just with the stability issues this game has, I just put everything to as low as possible. Set my resolution. So yeah, keep that in mind. Or if it is settings dependent, then maybe set like your detail distance or whatever. I don't know what actually would affect it to as low as possible, because that actually can give you information. If you see AI from like a far distance away, you normally shouldn't be able to see them. They normally shouldn't be spawned, rendered on your screen. So, if you see them, it means that they're aggroed on someone. It's got a random tier 3 AI standing here for some reason. Alright. Just get to extract here. Couple people been here already. Got that light healer. In retrospect, I probably should have just jumped in the light healer and took it up to max altitude. And then when the helicopter arrived, just jumped out. That's one way of doing things. But I think I'm just going to run up into the tower and then parachute down. Gives you a good vantage point. Lets you see if anyone's coming for the extract or camping the extract. Crit the precision airstrike. Be ready to drop it on someone. They come for me. A precision airstrike is such a good kill streak for when you're sniping. Because, you know, you down some guy and his friend goes to revive him. You just drop the precision airstrike on him. If they're in, like, cover or something, you can't really get to him. Or, like, you down some guy and he crawls behind a wall. You can drop a precision airstrike on him and take him, get him full dead. It's really useful for that. Mortar is also useful, but not as much because there's a bit more of a delay. Alright, well there you go. There's Air Supremacy, solo. Like I said, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. Just gotta hope for a good map with good spawns of the SAM sites. But otherwise, yeah, good luck with it. Hopefully you don't run into any squads when you're doing it. If you can get a light healer, it makes things easier for sure. But otherwise, take care. I'll see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Feel free to sub if you want to see some more DMZ content. I'll definitely be making more in the future. But otherwise, take care. Stay safe. Enjoy your new year.